So let's take a look at a few tips and tricks that will help you boost up your verbal reasoning score. So number one is actually read. You want to be reading online news articles or the newspaper, one of the two. Now the reason being is that it will boost your vocabulary. Now in the exam, sometimes you might find that there are certain long keywords that you don't really know the definition to, and knowing the definition can really help sometimes come to a certain answer. So reading really does have an effect on your UCAT verbal reasoning score, because sometimes you might see a keyword and you're like, oh, I don't know what that means, and then you will skip or you'll flag the question or just guess an answer. Okay, so second tip is that you keep a track of how many words you can read per minute. Now, firstly, you want to pressurize yourself to, build up some speed. Second of all, you want to also see whether you actually retain all the information as well under that speed. Now, there are various online resources that do this, so I will put the link in the description somewhere on the side or below, and do check that out and actually keep a track of how many words you read per minute. Now, just a few extra other tips as well. You can, number one, skip after 45 seconds of spending time on one question. If you spend more time on this question, then obviously you really want to think about moving on and tackling the other questions. So obviously when you read the passage first time round, and the question, obviously it will take a lot longer, but after that, if you're still having to spend more than 45 seconds for that question, then obviously you want to move on and skip ahead. It's really not worth it. Secondly, you want to know how to triage or basically skip certain questions. And then number three, don't dwell or overthink on an answer. So if you're thinking like, okay, but it says this, but does it actually mean this? Don't do that. Just go with what you initially thought of. Because by overthinking, you overthink too much and then it just adds too much stress in the exam. So you don't want to do that. You want to just simply, whatever answer you think of first, put that down. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So those are my main tips for verbal reasoning. And in the next video, we will look at how to triage or, skip certain few questions that will help you boost your verbal reasoning score.